The Jungle Book is a futuristic sci-fi thriller in which a small group of humans finds a book full of greenery. They have no idea what it is, and they're trying to figure out it's actually a book of jungles. But the Earth has been destroyed, so they have no idea what the fuck a jungle is. It's not really funny, it's just plausible. Let's get this shit started. The Jungle Book is a new live-action adaptation of the classic Jungle Book story, which was a book, and then it was made into the 1967 animated movie by Disney. It's now live-action, directed by Jon Favreau, and starring Scarlett Johansson, Bill Murray, Idris Elba, Ben Kingsley, and Christopher Walken. When I first heard they were going to make this movie, I was not filled with anticipation. Jon Favreau was attached to direct it, and that gave it a plus, so I would never wrote it off because Jon Favreau is a talented director. But it seemed like a story that didn't need retelling, and it seemed like live action would not help it very much. And I was wrong. The movie is visually stunning. The cinematography is great. There's many just well-composed shots. And there's one in particular where it's backlit, it's like the sunset, and has Mowgli and some of the other characters kind of walking along, and it looks really nice. The CG, special effects overall, but CG is the main part of that, also look amazing. This CG is probably the best CG I've ever seen. It's right up there with Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. It's just amazing. It's really seamless. So I don't know if they actually used any live action animals, and I'm too lazy to look it up. But in the movie, you don't even think about it. The animals, they look great. In the movie, they give more reasoning to Shere Khan and why he hates Mowgli so much. It makes it kind of have more meaning when they have a showdown, and it is more satisfying because of it. And Shere Khan is played with great charisma, I guess, and intimidation by Idris Elba. Bill Murray plays Baloo, who is one of the more memorable and funny characters from the movie. He's not as much laugh out loud as kind of just you smirk at him, and he also gives him a lot of heart. Christopher Walken plays King Louie, and he seems like he's having probably the most fun with the movie of anybody. Not only does he get to act in a somewhat over-the-top manner, but in one that's fitting of his character, he also gets to sing. And there's quite a few songs in the movie. It actually is a musical, which I don't think was made too clear by the marketing department, but it is a musical. Bare Necessities makes an appearance, as well as a couple of other songs, including Be Like Me, which is sung by King Louie. And if you didn't know, Christopher Walken is a musical performer, so he does seem to be having a lot of fun with it, and it's probably one of the more fun sequences in the movie. And Neel Sethi plays Mowgli in the movie, and I don't think he's amazing, but I think he did a very good job. He's a child actor that's prominently featured in the movie. He's the main character, and not even once did I think about child abuse, which, if you're watching one of these movies with a child actor in it, you're often gonna think about slapping him at least a little bit. Not once, not even once in this movie, so good job, Neel Sethi. Another good thing I want to mention is that this is a kids movie, but it's a kids movie with an edge. Animals die. There's a lot of violence in the movie. I mean, it's PG violence, so it's not like there's a lot of blood, but there is a lot of violence in the movie, and it doesn't really pull punches, which doesn't happen too often in kids movies today. So I really would like to applaud the movie just for that. On the downside, the story didn't really seem to grip me that much. I was never bored. I thought it was always interesting, but it seemed like kind of several small stories kind of strung together and didn't seem like this big overarching story. I mean, it all connected, but it didn't really grip me as much as I wish it did. Another thing that kind of bothered me in the movie is they refer to fire as the red flower, and that it's something that really only man has. But they live in a forest, and forest fires are a naturally occurring thing, so I would think that at least once or twice these animals would have seen fire naturally occur and wouldn't think of it as something that just man has control over, just that man creates. So that kind of bothered me a little bit. That's the only thing that really took me out of the movie, and it took me out a scotch. So again, The Jungle Book is a visually stunning film. It's got great cinematography and probably the best CGI I've ever seen. It's also got a great cast, specifically Christopher Walken, Idris Elba, and Bill Murray. And it's a surprisingly well-adapted and well-made kids movie. Now, there are a little bit of downfalls, some more nitpicky things really. The red flower fire thing, for me that bothered me and took me out. It may not for you. And the story kind of is just strung along, but that's more of a problem with the source material than this particular movie. The Jungle Book is rated A-. So being that The Jungle Book is a classic animated film adapted into live action, name another animated film you'd like to see adapted into live action. One I'd like to see is The Little Mermaid. And that has nothing to do with the seashell bra, you fucking perverts. It'd be really interesting to see how they could do those underwater scenes and all the character designs that they'd be able to do in the live action environment. So again, pick an animated film you'd like to see adapted into live action. Make your mark below in the comments section. Please like, share, and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. The Jungle Book is a movie about a man cub and his pair. In the movie, they really flesh out Shere Khan and Mowgli's. He's not amazing, I don't think, but he's a child actor that's Make your mark below in the comments section. Please like, share, and subscribe, and cheers too early.